So hello and welcome to this live stream on Tuesday the 30th of December 2025, just gone 25 past 1 in the morning. So again, I want to thank everybody for all of their support during this year 2025 and also 2024 as well, from when the channel started on March the 5th 2024, but most importantly to thank everybody for all their support for this year 2025 and helping me get to my 1 million view milestone. And of course I've reached almost 1,600 subscribers. Okay, so it's 1,590 at present, I believe. So I'm almost at 1,600 subscribers. So that is fantastic. Well over 1,500 subscribers. But most importantly, I have gained over 1 million views. That's where I wanted to get to. So I really appreciate everybody that supported this channel this year. Hello to you, Wayne, and including yourself, Wayne, as well, for being one of my viewers of the channel and my subscribers. So thank you so much for everything that you and everybody else on this channel has done during the last 12 to 18 months that I've had the channel going. All the likes, all the comments, all the shares, all the chats, everything that's helped me get to where I've got to. I couldn't have done it without you. Could not have done it without you. Because it's a lot of work going out there, driving to a destination, but also flying to a destination, or going on a train to a destination, or going on a cruise ship to a destination. I've covered all 4 aspects of that, of travelling. In a car, on a train, on a plane, and on a ship. All 4 aspects. So without doing those things, the channel isn't possible. It wouldn't be running. I wouldn't be running it. I wouldn't be going out there with the phone like it is now, or the phone on my selfie stick, which becomes a tripod, able to do videos. But I've done it, and look at what I've achieved. What am I going to achieve in 2026, which is literally a couple of days away till January the 1st? Lots, absolutely lots. And there are already 2 travel blogs planned for 2026. The first one is coming up in literally less than a month's time. So by next week, I will have my boarding passes and I will have checked in online for the flights over to Tenerife South, which will be at almost the end of next month. Lots to look forward to in Tenerife. The weather's been glorious out there the last few days, according to the weather forecast on BBC, but also pictures on social media, because I follow the Porto de la Cruz Facebook pages, and the weather has been looking fantastic, well in the 20s, better weather than here, with the wind and the rain and the ice and the cold and the freezing fog, whatever you want to call it. It's a lot better weather out there than it is here. And that's even in the north, okay? In the south, it's been warm as well in Tenerife. And I know Liv's had a good time out there. She did the Tady tour the other day as well. I've seen her pictures. She also did the dolphin one. Went on a boat and got close to dolphins. Again, that's another excursion I may consider doing as well. Planning a cruise. I was looking at one for March, but when I saw the price, I thought, maybe not. So I may do a cruise, Wayne, but at the moment that's not on the cards. But excuse me, there's no hesitation if one came up last minute, because I would probably book it then, wouldn't I? I did see a cruise for the end of March, but when I saw the price, I thought that's a lot of money for one person. And it was a repositioning cruise, funnily enough, on the Canary Islands, but not to Cyprus. It was to Mallorca. So, and it was on one of the Morella ships. Because the chances are, actually, I've just thought about this before I came on here, on the flight, the chances are there are going to be people on the flight to Tenerife when I go on it that are going to be joining a cruise ship out in Tenerife. Because if I spot luggage tags on people's cases that say Morella Cruises, I know they're going to be joining either the Morella Voyager or the Morella Explorer 2 or the Discovery or Discovery 2 or Explorer 1. Either way, one of the cruise ships from Morella will be out in Tenerife. I will look up on Google or on Marine Traffic which ship is out there, and I'm pretty sure it's Morella Voyager. But anyway, that doesn't matter because I'm not going on the plane to go over there for a cruise. I'm going over there because I'm holidaying in Porto de la Cruz, which is the other side of the island, okay? So, because you have to remember, Tenerife's got 2 airports. the south, Reina Sofia, and the north, which is Los Rodios. But that one, the north one, is primarily Spanish flights. So no British flights go into the north, okay? They only go to the south, because that's where the holidaymakers go into Tenerife. That's what, I mean, they did used to use the north for British flights, but now it's primarily mainland Spain or other Spanish islands that you can fly into the north of Tenerife. You mainly fly to the south if you go with EasyJet, if you go with Ryanair, if you go with TUI, if you go with Jet2, if you go with Wizz Air, if you go with Aer Lingus, if you go with British Airways, if you go from America, you will generally fly into the south of Tenerife, okay? Because all the main resorts are down there, like Los Cristianos, Adeje, Costa Adeje, Playa de las Americas. They're all down that bottom end, okay? Santa Cruz is in the north, and then round the back of the mountains is Puerto de la Cruz, which is a city, which is where I'm going to be staying during my holiday over there. So I will be heading over there within a few weeks' time. So I'm looking forward to going, and I definitely plan to do the Teide by night stargazing tour as well, which includes a dinner. That will be booked in the coming days, and I will try and get a pickup point near the hotel that I'm staying at, but it doesn't matter if I can go a bit further away, because I don't mind exploring Puerto de la Cruz anyway. Because I have changed my plan, because originally I was going to go to the Loro Park on the Wednesday, which is that large zoo I was telling you about in other videos, but I've decided, well, actually, let's do a recce of Puerto de la Cruz on the Wednesday, and then in the afternoon go and do the Teide tour, and then on the Thursday go and do the Loro Park, because then it gives me a bit more of a day to explore it, because it's open from 9:30 till 5:30 every day, so without exception, so that's a good thing, and I can get the free land train from near where I'm staying to go to the zoo. So, and I'll be able to see the orca show, the dolphins, the sea lions, and the parrots, okay? Because it's one of 2 zoos in the world that's got orcas, or as you might call them, killer whales. But again, you can watch them perform. So I'm looking forward to going there. So, and the weather's supposed to be good. I'm hoping it's going to be good. It can be chilly in the evening, but again, I always take, like, probably have this jumper on, something like that, just to keep myself warm, and I will definitely need it when I go up to Mount Teide, okay? So the chances are for that excursion I'm not going to wear shorts, so I may have to change into my trousers, because it will get chilly in the evening, especially up there, because you are over 12,000 feet up, okay? Because that's how tall Mount Teide is. It's over 12,000 feet high, so you're well in the height when you go up there. So it's going to be very, very chilly, especially as it gets into the late hours, when you will be able to look through the telescopes at the stars and the galaxies and the Milky Way galaxy. So I'm really looking forward to that excursion. It's a well worth one doing as well. And also, interestingly, as well, if you are a film buff and you've perhaps seen the Planet of the Apes film, or the 2010 Clash of the Titans movie, which is a remake of the 1980s one, they actually filmed quite a lot of scenes at Mount Teide in the national park, and one of the viewpoints that you go to on that trip is where they did film some of the scenes. So when I'm out there, and you get a good view of Mount Teide in the background, because apparently there's some very strange rock formations out there, and that is where they filmed part of the Clash of the Titans, the 2010 film with Sam Worthington and Liam Neeson, and Ralph Fiennes, who played Hades, and Mads Mikkelsen, one of the other characters that was in it. So if you've watched that film, which Wayne, you've just said you've seen that, so if you watch part of it where they're riding some big, large scorpion creatures, there's some strange rock formations in that scene, and Mount Teide is in the background. You can actually see Mount Teide in the background. And I'm going to be going to that national park where that exact scene was filmed. So I will be doing a video on it when I'm out there, because I'll be videoing the scenery anyway. But I'm going to point out on the video that this is one of the locations where they filmed the Clash of the Titans scene, okay? And I'll also do a live stream as well. I'll try and do a live stream, because you get quite a few minutes at each stop, because there's about 4 or 5 different stops on this trip. The first one you go to, I believe you go for a coffee, cup of tea, a toilet stop, whatever. And then there's another 3 or 4 stops at different viewpoints in the national park before you get to the final one, which is where you go for dinner at the restaurant, which is called the Restaurant Papillon. And you get a 3-course dinner there, so you get like a set menu. So you can have a starter, a main course, a pudding. You get all your drinks, your beers, your wines, water, all included. And then after that, you go finally right up to a viewpoint near Mount Tady, and you get to look through telescopes at the different stars, but also you get to watch the sunset and have a glass of wine to celebrate it. Well, you can go to the top of the volcano, yes, on the cable car, but at the moment they have had snow on it. There was quite a big snowfall over there a couple of weeks ago. You can get the cable car up to Mount Tady. It's €44 round trip to go on the cable car, so you can go up there, obviously where they're permitting. But I've never actually been into the crater of Mount Tady. My dad has, because he went there in 1976, because him and my mum stayed at Porto de la Cruz, which is where I'm going, and they stayed at the Concordia Playa Hotel, which is, funnily enough, one of the pickups for the trip. So I will definitely be looking forward to going up there as far as they take you. Anyway, they don't take you all the way to the top of the volcano, no. You can get the cable car up, but in the daytime, not so much at night, but in the daytime you can. But as I say, it's €44 to do the cable car. Whereas I will be doing the trip, which is €89 or 77 quid. Okay. Let me just get rid of this fantasy guy, Wayne, because he's actually annoying me as well. Excuse me a second. Right. Anyway, that's got rid of him. So yes, so you can go up the cable car, Wayne, to the volcano, but in the daytime. So I'm doing a trip in the evening. So anyway, that's what I'm going to be doing. So I'm going to be doing that trip on the Wednesday, because I want to spend Wednesday morning getting to know Porto de la Cruz. I mean, I'm going to go and explore it Tuesday evening after I've had dinner at the hotel, and then I will go on a little recce of Porto de la Cruz, because it'll be evening time, and just walk along the promenade and just get my bearings. And then the next morning, Wednesday after breakfast, because I'm not going to be back at the hotel until night time, so I need to make sure that my power bank is fully charged, because otherwise I'll have to go back to the hotel to charge the phone up to then go out again, which I could do. I could go back and have a shower, but I'd rather be out the hotel, and then I can head down towards the pickup point ready for the, I think it's a 2:20 pickup in the afternoon. So I've only got like a few hours from the morning to explore, and then I'll have to go to the pickup to be able to go onto the trip. Yeah, well, I'm also looking forward to that trip, believe me, because it's going to be worth every penny. And I've watched a guy called the Night Strider, who's on YouTube. Follow his channel, the Night Strider, and he did a video of this tour, right? And he explained, he was with his missus, and they're from Liverpool, so but they live in Tenerife. They live in the south, in Los Cristianos. So they did the trip from the south, okay? Because there's 2 different pickup areas. The south, which is where Liv went, and who runs the Clean Slate page, okay, on Facebook. And I'll put her link in the description as well, so please follow her page and support her cleaning. If you need any cleaning doing, drop her a message on the chat or on the page. But she's just been to Tenerife a few days with her sister and her kid, and her sister's kids. But they did that tour up Mount Tady, but not with the company I'm using. She actually booked a taxi to do it, whereas I'm going to book the package and actually do the €89 trip, which includes a dinner. Hello to you, Gordon. Hope you are all okay. That's Katrina and Abby as well. Hope Abby's okay. Nice to see you all if you're watching or you're going to watch later on. But yes, so Wayne, it's well worth doing this trip. And again, I'm going to put the link in the description under the video. It's called Tady by Night. That's the website. So go on there, on Google, just type in Tady by Night Stargazing Tour, it'll come up. And also, if you're on YouTube, follow the Night Strider, who is a Scouser guy, but him and his missus live out in Tenerife, and they've done a video specifically on that tour. And it shows you in that video the rock formation and the national park that was used in the Planet of the Apes and the Clash of the Titans film. okay? And I will be videoing it, and I'll be doing a live stream. Even if I do one live stream, it'll be in the national park, so that I can point it out and say, this is the bit where they filmed Clash of the Titans, Planet of the Apes, and I'll try and look up some other movies that they filmed there as well and mention them. But I know those two are definitely filmed out there. And then on Thursday morning, I will be going to do the Loro Park, which I will definitely be looking forward to go and watch all the shows, which will be the parrots, the sea lions, the dolphins, and the orcas, to go and visit the large shark tunnel, to go into the coral reef bit, to go and see the capybaras they've got there, the anteaters, the crocodiles. They've got all sorts, a massive aquarium. They've got a massive penguin enclosure as well, one of the largest in the world. They've got a really large shark tunnel where you've got stingrays swimming above you and other sharks as well, and other fish. It is going to be a fantastic trip. And the Macmaster, who I also follow on YouTube, he went there in 2020, and he paid €37 to go in back then. It's now €44. So yes, that might sound expensive, but it costs nearly 30 quid to go into Chester Zoo. So you are kind of paying the same kind of price, but you've got a whole day in there. And if you don't get it all done in a day, you can return the next day for about €20 and just explore it all again for half price. But you can get the land train, which is like a tractor, basically, a train thing, you know, with all different carriages on it. And you can get that, and it takes you to and from the old town of Puerto de la Cruz. But you can also get the local bus. People drive there in the cars. You can get the taxi as well. But I'm going to take advantage of the free train. Why not? It takes you right to the door. You just go up the steps, pay your ticket, in you go. Okay? You can pre-book tickets online as well, and you basically pay the same, €44. That's for an adult. Child will probably be about €30. But there's a lot of animals to see. There's a lot to see in there. Lots of shows to go and watch. And I think they put the parrot show on 5 times a day. And then the other show is 4 times a day. Then the other one is 3 times a day. And then one of them is 2 times a day. So, and you've got ample time in between each show as well, okay? And each show is about 20 minutes long. So that's a good hour and a half's worth of animals that you're going to see, really. So for each of those shows, because it's a 20-minute showing, for each of the shows, I'm going to do a 10-minute live stream, okay, on each of them. So there'll be a 10-minute parrot one, 10-minute sea lion one, 10-minute dolphin one, and a 10-minute orca one. So then in the next 10 minutes after that, I can do normal video footage, either in portrait or landscape, so that I can edit the footage and make episodes. But there will be 10 minutes of each show on a live stream. So you'll be able to see it live for at least 10 minutes. So there'll be the parrots, the dolphins, the sea lions, and the orcas, okay? And all the other footage will be done normal, okay? I may do the odd live stream as well, but I want to try and do as much footage as possible and edit it, okay? But when I go up on the Tady experience, again, it will be a live stream on that. I will also do a live stream when I go around Puerto de la Cruz at night and in the daytime. So you can see around where the hotel is, around the different squares where the hotel is situated, along the promenade, the different bars and restaurants. I'm going to go and see where this land train goes. I'm also going to find the hotel that my mum and dad stayed in, which I know where it is roughly on the map. And I'll just follow it because I've got Google Maps on my phone. Oh, I've got one power bank, and it'll be fully charged, don't you worry, because I'll be charging it here at home before I go to work on the Monday, and then I will charge it at the hotel at East Midlands, because I'm staying overnight at East Midlands Airport at the Leonardo Hotel. So I have stayed there before. I went there in March before I went out to Tenerife, funnily enough, for the cruise, which I did from Santa Cruz. So I have stayed at the hotel before. So after work, I'll be getting changed, and I'll be coming back here to drop my uniform off, and then I'll be driving straight over to East Midlands Airport, which is about 40 minutes from here. So it's not going to take me long, and I can park on the car park, because I've altered the parking so that I can arrive 6 hours earlier, because any airport parking that you book, you can usually park 6 hours before the booking starts, and you can leave 6 hours after your parking ends, okay? And they do that based on flight departures, but also flight delays, because things can happen and you're delayed. So, but if you park a day over, they usually charge you £20 overstay. But I generally avoid that. So, because my original booking was 7 a.m, I've switched it to 4 a.m, which means that I can park from 10 p.m. on the Monday night, which is why I've decided to stay at the hotel, because I don't want to hit the rush hour traffic on Tuesday morning. Now, regarding airport parking, it wasn't expensive. No, it was less than £70 for the week, but I also got a discount because I've used the parking before at East Midlands. I just typed in the discount code book again 10, and it knocked off about £8. So I got it for less than £70 for the duration of my holiday, and that's mid-stay 3. But you can book a package with East Midlands Airport where you can have the hotel for the night before and the parking for the duration of your stay abroad as well, which usually might work out a bit more expensive, but then again, that's your parking and your hotel stay included, whereas I've done it separate because I paid about £85 to stay the night at the hotel, which is about a 10-minute walk from the car park. But whatever airport you go from, they generally will send you a discount code that you can either use each time you visit or each time you go. So, for example, Birmingham, you can do one there. I think last time when I went from Birmingham, it was BHX5. I put that code in and it knocked off 5% parking. So I just typed in BHX in capitals, BHX5 or BHX10, and it knocked off the money for the parking, like 5 or 10%. But sometimes I get emails come through on my phone on Google Mail from Birmingham Airport, from Manchester Airport and East Midlands, and at the bottom it's got a discount code that you can copy and paste, where it might knock off 10 or 20%. But for East Midlands, I always use the same code because it applies the whole year round. Book again 10. So you just put it all in capitals, book again, and then the number 10, and then you add that to on the payment section, and it will knock off 10% off all the parking. Because usually it says on the airport website that you can save 75% by booking online. You can turn up and park, but that works out more expensive. So you're better to have a pre-book parking, and then you can just turn up 6 hours before your booking starts if you're staying overnight in the hotel at the airport, or you want to do a bag drop, which a lot of airlines do allow you to do that, including with a cruise. So with TUI and Jet2, they always do a bag drop. So usually between 2 o'clock and 9 the night before, you can drop your bags off as long as your flight is before midday and the lead passenger has got everybody's boarding passes and passports there, and you can check in all your suitcases and then obviously head home if you live close by, or head to the hotel. And then all you've got to do the next morning is go into the airport terminal and just go straight through security, because your bags will be already loaded or loading onto the plane. So you won't have to worry about checking in. Because you could walk in the next morning and say, oh, there's a massive queue, we're never going to get through this. Oh, hang on a minute, we came in last night and checked the bags in. Straight through security, 10 minutes, and you're in the departure lounge. So Jet2 offer it at all the main airports they fly from. That's usually from 4 p.m. till 9, and TUI do exactly the same. So if you go on their websites, there is an option that says bag drop, night before bag drop, or day before bag drop, and you just go to the normal TUI or Jet2 check-in desk, and you just drop your bags off, do the self-check-in, whatever. Make sure you've got your passport and your boarding passes there. Give it to the person that's at the desk. Your bag will go, and then you can either go to your hotel where you're staying or go back home, as I said, if you live close by. And usually as well, they allow you to use one of the car parks either for free for a half an hour or up to an hour to give you a chance to do that. You just take a token out the machine, and then you take it into the airport. They will validate it for you, and then you just put the token back in and you just drive back out of the car park if you're heading home or to another hotel nearby. So that is good to know. So take advantage of the airport bag drop, especially if you're going on a cruise or on a land holiday in a hotel somewhere, then you can do that. I'm not going to be able to take advantage of that on this holiday because I'm not going to get to the airport till well after 10, because I will have finished work, got changed, come back here, dropped my uniform off and driven over to the airport, which is another 40-minute drive, and then parked up and then headed straight to the terminal, well, to the hotel and then the terminal in the morning. So I won't be able to take advantage of the bag drop, but that doesn't matter because I'll be parked on the airport car park, and I won't have to worry the next morning about rush hour traffic because I'll already be there. So all I've got to do is drop my key off and head straight over to the terminal with my luggage and go and check in and go through security. And that's it. I'm on my way. So it's going to be a very big series anyway in Tenerife. So I really hope you all enjoy the series at CarlSmith25. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, click the like button, the notification bell. There are lots of videos coming, lots of live streams with the Tady night tour, with the zoo, with the botanical gardens I'm going to visit as well. So I'm going to enjoy that. What's it like getting out of the airport when you're back? Not really. East Midlands is generally a quiet airport, and it's an evening flight that I'm coming back on. So, and it's January, which is technically out of season compared to the summer. So with East Midlands, I generally can get out of the airport pretty well. Manchester, I've done the same. Birmingham, I've done the same as well. So I don't worry too much about it, because at the end of the day, you are allowed to park 6 hours after your booking ends anyway. So my booking ends on my car park, I think, at 10 p.m, which means I could stay parked till 4 a.m. the next morning without being charged. Okay, but usually East Midlands, you're in and out the airport within 40 minutes. Okay, you're off the plane to the passport control, you collect your luggage, you're out the door, you're back at the car park. Okay, it's very, very easy. East Midlands is very good with that, in that situation. Manchester's not too bad. It's a bigger airport, I know, but again, pretty much similar. You might be up to an hour after you've landed. Birmingham, the same. But generally, I'm in and out the airport pretty quick. So I don't worry about that, Wayne, because at the end of the day, till I get back to the car, I'm still in holiday mode. Okay, because you're in an airport, you're still in holiday mode. And I'm going to have absolutely loads of videos to put on the channel, because I'll be editing footage while I'm away. So I'm going to try and put the episodes on as and when I've edited them, using the Power Director, thanks to Gordon, so I can get them edited. The live streams will be put on as well, because you'll be watching them as I do them. But then I'll put them on for those that perhaps don't join at that particular moment, or can't because they're working or other reasons. But all those videos will be uploaded to the channel as and when they are done. Okay, so there is lots to think about. No, they don't, because the entry-exit system doesn't apply to the UK. It applies to going abroad. So when you go abroad, it's the abroad airports that have the entry-exit system. In the UK, they have the e-gates, where you basically open your passport, put it into the thing, and then the gate opens and you go through. Whereas when you go abroad, you have to do the fingerprinting, the photograph, etc. That's basically abroad, okay? Not at East Midlands. So when I land back at East Midlands, and I've done it for Manchester and Birmingham, you go to an e-gate. So you go into a booth, you put your passport in with the photo page showing, and then you look at the camera, and then it will say remove passport, and the gates open like that, and you walk through and you go and get your luggage. Okay, and then you head out to go home. Whereas abroad, you'll enter a booth and you'll have to answer the questions that are on the screen. You'll have to put your hand on 4 fingers like that onto the pad, and then it reads your passport as well. Then you do the fingerprint, it'll take a photograph of you, and then you should be able to go and get your luggage. So again, I'm not sure how that's going to work yet, because I've not actually gone to Tenerife as of yet, of course, and experienced it, because in Alicante, those machines weren't working. Well, yes, I could open a can of Stella, but I'd rather have something a little bit stronger. So when I'm in Spain, like in Benidorm, I usually have a San Miguel, but I do like having sangria in Spain. So I'll be having some sangria when I'm out in Tenerife, and of course a lager as well. I drink the Staropramen Czech beer here, because I've been to Prague, so I do like the Czech Republic beer. So, but Stella, I have drunk Stellas, but I actually prefer something a little bit stronger. So I do like San Miguel. I will drink Foster's. I'm from the UK, in Staffordshire, so I'm near Alton Towers in the UK. So that's where I'm from. So again, hit that subscribe button at CarlSmith25. No, I don't play Grand Theft Auto. I can't stand violent games. My brother plays it. Man knows his beers. Thank you so much, Weatherspoons General. But yes, hit that subscribe button at CarlSmith25. I'm going to end the stream now, but Tenerife is coming up very soon. I'll put all the links in the description of the video of the Tady by Night tour, of the Night Striders YouTube page, and of course Lev on a Clean Slate page as well. I'm going to put all those links in. I've been to Turkey. I went in September on a cruise. I visited Kuşadası, Alanya, Bodrum and Marmaris. I've been to all those places, so I enjoyed Turkey. So I don't like football. But anyway, thank you very much for watching my stream. At CarlSmith25 to subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. And again, thank you for all your support during 2025 on my channel, for helping me get to 1 million views. I really appreciate it. I've gained over 1,600 subscribers. Thank you so much again for helping me get there.